Welcome back to our exciting series, The History and the Future of Everything Quantum Related. Did you know that national laboratories have been around since the 1870s? That's right, the U.S. Geological Survey, established in 1879, was one of the earliest federal scientific organizations focusing on studying and mapping the natural resources of the United States. Fast forward to the 1930s, and we see the establishment of the National Bureau of Standards, which later became the National Institute of Standards and Technology. This groundbreaking laboratory played a crucial role in advancing scientific research and technology across various fields. In the 1940s, the Manhattan Project was launched, and the world's first nuclear reactor was built at the University of Chicago. This marked the beginning of a new era in scientific research and technology. How computer programmers study people to create better software. Did you know that programmers are constantly observing and analyzing human behavior, preferences, and interactions? Let's take a closer look at some key approaches they use to understand us better. First up, we have user research and analysis. This involves using surveys and questionnaire to gather quantitative data about our preferences, behaviors, and needs. By analyzing this data, programmers can identify trends and common issues, which helps them design and develop software that truly meets our needs. Next, we have interviews. Conducting one-on-one interviews allows programmers to delve deeper into our thoughts and experiences. This personal approach helps them understand our motivations and challenges, which can inform the design and development of software that truly resonates with us. Lastly, programmers also observe and analyze our interactions with existing software. By studying how we use and respond to different features and designs, they can identify areas for improvement and create software that is more user-friendly and intuitive. So there you have it, folks. Computer programmers are constantly studying us to create better software. Did you know that the story of Android phones is a tale of rapid innovation and market disruption, shaped by the development of the Android operating system and its adoption by various manufacturers? So, let's take a journey through time and explore the key events that have shaped the Android phone landscape. Point 1. Early development and launch. In 2003, a company called Android Inc. was founded by Andy Rubin, Rich Miner, Nick Sears, and Chris White. Their mission was to create an advanced operating system for mobile devices. In 2005, Google acquired Android Inc., and the rest, as they say, is history, a game changer in the world of technology. The iPhone's story begins in the early 2000s, when mobile phones were primarily used for calling and texting. Companies like Nokia and Motorola dominated the market, but they were slow to embrace the internet and smartphone technology. In 2006, Steve Jobs, the late co-founder of Apple, unveiled the iPhone. This groundbreaking device revolutionized the smartphone market and paved the way for the modern era of consumer electronics. The iPhone's launch in 2007 marked a significant milestone in the evolution of smartphones and mobile technology. It was the first smartphone to feature a touchscreen, multi-touch interface, and apps. Since then, the iPhone has continued to evolve, with each new iteration bringing new features and improvements. It's truly remarkable to see how far the iPhone has come, and it's a testament to the power of innovation and the impact of technology on our lives.
In a simulation, love could manifest in various ways, depending on the nature of the simulation and the parameters set by its creators. So, let's explore how love might appear in such a context. First up, let's talk about the simulation parameters and design. In a simulation, love could be programmed into the relationships between characters. These characters might have predefined interactions and relationships with their behaviors, responses, and emotional connections, all based on algorithms designed to replicate or simulate human emotions. But that's not all. The creators of the simulation could also introduce random variables into the mix, adding an element of unpredictability and authenticity to the simulated love. So, there you have it, folks. Love in a simulation could be a complex and intriguing concept, with a multitude of possibilities depending on the simulation's design. We hope you enjoyed this thought-provoking discussion.
So, let's begin our journey through time and explore the key milestones and developments in the world of science fiction. First up, we have the early precursors and influences. Did you know that science fiction has its roots in ancient and classical literature? For instance, mythology and epic tales, such as those found in Greek mythology like the Odyssey and ancient Indian epics like the Mahabharata, contain elements that paved the way for the genre we know and love today. Next, we have the golden age of science fiction, which began in the 1930s and lasted until the 1950s. This era saw the rise of iconic authors like Isaac Asimov, Arthur C. Clarke, and Ray Bradbury, who shaped the genre and left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. As we move into the modern age, science fiction continues to evolve and expand, with new technologies, themes, and storytelling techniques pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Memory manipulation in a simulated reality. In this context, memory could be altered to influence how inhabitants perceive their experiences, learn, and interact with their environment. So, let's explore how memory might be manipulated in such a scenario. First up, we have direct modification of memories. This could involve editing memories, allowing the simulation's controllers to alter or erase specific memories of individuals. For example, they might change or remove memories of events, interactions, or even entire periods of someone's life to influence their perceptions and behaviors. Another aspect of memory manipulation in a simulated reality is the potential for false memories. The simulation's creators could implant false memories, which could lead to misperceptions, misconceptions, and even the creation of false identities. Lastly, memory manipulation could also be used to control learning and decision-making. By altering or influencing an individual's memories, the simulation's creators could shape their learning experiences and influence their decision-making processes.
The Tuskegee Syphilis Study. This controversial medical experiment, often referred to as the Tuskegee Airmen Experiment, was conducted by the U.S. Public Health Service. Let's delve into the background and purpose behind this study. The Tuskegee Airmen were a group of African-American pilots who served in World War II. However, the term Tuskegee experiment specifically refers to the Tuskegee Syphilis Study, not the airmen. This study, which lasted from 1932 to 1972, involved 600 African-American men who were diagnosed with syphilis. The researchers never informed these men that they had the disease, nor did they provide any treatment for it. The study was designed to observe the natural progression of syphilis in untreated patients. The researchers believed that African Americans were more susceptible to the disease and that it progressed more rapidly in them. However, this study was not only unethical but also highly flawed, as it failed to provide any significant insights into the disease. It's important to remember that this tragic chapter in American history should serve as a reminder of the importance of ethical research and the need to protect the rights and dignity of all individuals involved in science. The idea of whether the creators or controllers of a simulation believe themselves to be in a simulation. This layer to the simulation hypothesis is truly fascinating, and we're excited to explore it with you. Now, let's consider the possibility of self-awareness of simulation. If the controllers of the simulation are highly advanced beings, they might have the capability to understand that they themselves could be part of a higher-level simulation. This would lead to a recursive simulation scenario, where each level of reality is simulated by a higher-level reality. But here's the twist. What if the controllers of the higher-level simulation are also simulated by an even higher-level reality? This concept can be mind-boggling, but it's a fascinating aspect of the simulation hypothesis. So, what do you think about this idea? Do you believe that the creators or controllers of a simulation could be aware of their own simulated existence? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Potential use of our human ego against us in a simulated environment. So, let's get started. Imagine a world where our human ego, deeply tied to our sense of identity, self-worth, and perception of reality, is used against us in a simulated environment. Sounds intriguing, right? Now, here's how it could play out. The ego, which is a powerful tool, could be manipulated to create a reality that aligns with our deepest desires, fears, or biases. This manipulation of perceptions could lead individuals to accept and even defend the simulation, as it appears to cater to their sense of self and personal beliefs. But wait, there's more. This manipulation could also be used to create personalized realities, further strengthening the illusion and making it harder for individuals to recognize the simulation for what it truly is. So, there you have it, folks. A fascinating exploration into the potential use of our human ego in a simulated environment.
Religion in a simulated world. Now, let's explore how it could play out in such a context. Imagine a world where everything is a simulation, including religion. In this world, religion could be both a reflection of the creator's intentions and a tool for managing the simulated population. It might offer profound insights, comfort, and meaning, or serve as a method of control and distraction. The nature and purpose of religion in such a context would largely depend on the goals of those running the simulation and the degree to which they want the inhabitants to understand their true circumstances. So, how would you feel about living in a simulated world with simulated religion? Let us know in the comments potential consequences of a simulation designed to make women distress men. This could have far-reaching negative effects on both individuals and society as a whole. So, let's dive in. Firstly, imagine a simulation that's specifically designed to make women distress men. This could lead to strained relationships, as women might find it difficult to form deep, trusting bonds with men. This could result in feelings of isolation, loneliness, and emotional distress, which could impact romantic relationships, friendships, and even familial bonds. Moreover, this distrust could lead to increased conflict between the genders. Women might be more cautious and suspicious of men's intentions, leading to misunderstandings and miscommunications. This could create a hostile environment where trust is hard to come by and people are constantly on edge. It's important to remember that these are just hypothetical scenarios, but they serve as a reminder of the potential consequences of fostering distrust between genders. So, let's strive to create a society where trust, understanding, and respect are the norm.
The concept of the singularity within a simulated reality. Now, let's explore what a singularity might look like within a simulation. Imagine a world where technology has advanced to such a degree that it becomes self-aware. This is what we call the singularity. But what happens when this happens within a simulated reality? Well, let's say that the inhabitants of the simulation become fully aware of their existence within a simulation. This could lead to a host of intriguing possibilities. They might even discover the true nature of their existence, potentially leading to a whole new level of understanding and growth. But wait, there's more. What if the singularity within the simulation triggers a chain reaction, causing the simulation to evolve and grow at an unprecedented rate? This could result in unforeseeable changes to human civilization as we know.
Gematria is a form of Jewish numerology that has been used for centuries in religious, mystical, and philosophical contexts. So, let's explore the history and development of this intriguing practice. Gematria originated in ancient Hebrew, where each letter of the alphabet was assigned a numerical value. This numerical system was then used to interpret the Hebrew scriptures. In the early use of gematria, the Bible was the primary source of study. Over time, gematria evolved and was used in various ways. It was employed in mystical and philosophical contexts, and its use was not limited to the Hebrew language. In fact, it was even applied to other languages, such as Greek and Latin. So, there you have it, folks. A brief overview of the history and development of gematria.
Did you know that computer programmers have a unique set of practices, techniques, and tools that allow them to control the behavior of algorithms within a program? Let's break it down for you. First up, we have algorithm design. Before writing a single line of code, programmers design algorithms. These are step-by-step procedures that help solve problems or perform tasks. Next, we have control structures. These are the building blocks of algorithms, and programmers use them to control the flow of a program. For example, they might use loops to repeat a task or if statements to make decisions. Lastly, we have data structures. These are the tools programmers use to store and organize data. They might use arrays, lists, or trees to store and retrieve data efficiently.
Imagine a VR prison simulation, where participants are immersed in a highly realistic environment. They'd experience confined cells, communal areas, surveillance systems, and strict routines. The simulation could include a range of activities, from solitary confinement to communal meals, all designed to mimic a real-life prison experience. Of course, it's important to note that this is just a simulation, and the purpose of such an experience would be to provide an educational or research-based environment. It's not meant to be a realistic representation of prison life or to replicate the harsh realities faced by those who are incarcerated. So, there you have it, a glimpse into what a prison in a simulation could be like. Potential societal reactions to the concept of technological singularity. So, buckle up, and let's explore the diverse and complex responses that could rise if this ideal became mainstream. First up, let's talk about enthusiasm and optimism. Some people might embrace the singularity with excitement, anticipating rapid technological advancements that could lead to significant improvements in quality of life, health, and overall well-being. Now, let's consider the other side of the spectrum. Some individuals might express concern or even fear about the potential consequences of artificial intelligence surpassing human intelligence. They may worry about the impact on jobs, privacy, and even the future of humanity. It's also possible that some people might be indifferent to the concept of technological singularity, viewing it as a distant or even implausible idea. In conclusion, if the concept of technological singularity were to become mainstream, society's reaction would be diverse and complex. Some would embrace it with enthusiasm, while others might express concern or indifference. It's essential to consider the potential benefits and challenges of this idea and to have an open dialogue. In simulation, privilege could manifest in various ways, depending on the parameters and rules of the simulated environment. Here are a few examples. 1. Resource access. Some simulated entities might start with more resources, wealth, information, abilities, giving them an advantage over others. These resources could be anything from digital currency to access to high-quality data or advanced tools. 2. Rule flexibility. Privileged entities might have the ability to bend or bypass the rules of the simulation, giving them a significant advantage over others. 3. Social status. In some simulations, social status could be a key factor in determining privilege, with higher status entities enjoying better access to resources and opportunities. It's important to note that these examples are just a few of the many ways privilege could manifest in a simulation. The specifics would depend on the design and rules of the simulation
Potential
itself.
shift in human purpose in a world dominated by virtual realities, advanced AI, and artificial experiences. In a world where reality is no longer as we know it, the concept of purpose may undergo a significant transformation. With virtual realities and advanced AI becoming more prevalent, our understanding of purpose and fulfillment could evolve in the following ways. 1. Redefining purpose. As humans, we're always seeking meaning and fulfillment in our lives. In this new world, purpose might be redefined to encompass activities that bring personal satisfaction, regardless of their connection to the physical world. This could include mastering skills, pursuing hobbies, or engaging in activities that bring us joy. 2. Personal fulfillment. In a world where reality is increasingly virtual, our sense of fulfillment may shift towards activities that are more personal and self-focused. This could mean focusing on personal growth, self-improvement, or even exploring new virtual realities. So, there you have it, folks. A glimpse into how human purpose and fulfillment might evolve in a world where reality is no longer as we know. Human evolution within the context of a simulation. Now, I want to emphasize that this is purely speculative and meant for thought-provoking discussion. So, let's dive in. Imagine a world where humans are part of a grand simulation. This simulation introduces fascinating concepts that blend biological evolution, technological advancement, and possibly even the manipulation of reality by external forces. Now, let's explore this idea further. In a simulated world, the initial conditions would be set by the creators or the programmers. These creators would have the power to control the environment, the rules, and even the outcomes. One of the most intriguing aspects of this simulation would be the potential for human evolution. As the simulation progresses, humans could undergo significant changes in their physical and mental abilities. This evolution could be driven by the creator's goals or even by the human's own actions and choices within the simulation. Furthermore, the creators might introduce technological advancements that could accelerate human evolution. These advancements could include tools, weapons, or even genetic modifications. Now, here's where things get really interesting. What if the creators aren't just observing the simulation but actively manipulating it? This could mean that the creators are influencing the outcomes, the evolution, and even the reality of the simulation. So, there you have it, folks. a speculative exploration of what human evolution might look like in a simulated environment. Remember, this is all just for fun and thought-provoking discussion.
In a simulated reality, the idea of a conspiracy theory takes on an intriguing new dimension. Imagine a world where anomalies and glitches in the simulation could spark conspiracy theories. People might start questioning the legitimacy of their reality, leading to the formation of groups and theories that aim to uncover the truth. Now, let's picture what these conspiracy theories might look like. They could range from theories about the simulation itself to theories about the people and events within it. Some might even believe that they're living in a simulation within a simulation, creating a complex web of theories and beliefs. But how would these theories influence those living in the simulated world? Well, they could lead to a sense of distrust and uncertainty as people question the authenticity of their experiences. This could potentially impact their mental health and well-being. So, there you have it, folks. A glimpse into the fascinating world of conspiracy theories in a simulated reality.
Electronic voting has transformed the landscape of democratic elections, offering a technological alternative to traditional paper ballots. The journey of electronic voting spans over a century, reflecting advancements in technology as well as ongoing debates over security, accessibility, and trust in the electoral process. Let's start with the early beginnings of electronic voting. Did you know that the concept of mechanizing the voting process dates back to the late 1800s? Early inventors sought to streamline the voting process and reduce the potential for human error. Over the years, electronic voting has evolved from simple mechanical voting machines to the advanced systems we see today. However, with every advancement comes new challenges and debates. Security concerns, accessibility issues, and questions about trust in the electoral process have all been hot topics in the world of electronic voting. Did you know that the concept of frequency actually dates back to ancient times? The idea of periodicity, or the repetition of events at regular intervals, was first introduced by early civilizations such as the Egyptians. They used this concept to measure time and track the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. As time progressed, the understanding of frequency expanded, leading to the development of the measurement of cycles and the application of frequency across multiple fields. In the realm of physics, frequency became a crucial concept in understanding the behavior of waves and the vibrations of objects. In music, frequency played a key role in the development of musical scales and the understanding of harmonics. And in communication, frequency became a vital tool for transmitting information across distances. So, there you have it, folks. A brief overview of the history and development of frequency. You know that our perception of lightning has evolved significantly over time. From mythology to science, let's take a brief journey through the history of lightning. In ancient times, lightning bolts were often attributed to the actions of gods or supernatural forces. Different cultures had their own explanations. The Greeks believed that lightning was a weapon used by Zeus, the king of. In Norse mythology, Thor was the god of thunder and lightning. The Native Americans believed that lightning was a sign of a great spirit's presence. As time went on, our understanding of lightning evolved with the development of science. We began to understand the physical properties of lightning, such as its electrical charge and the way it travels through the atmosphere. Phenomenon of misremembering events, details, or facts for long periods of time. This is a well-documented aspect of human memory that has intrigued psychologists, historians, and neuroscientists for many years. Misremembering, also known as false memory, occurs when a person recalls something that didn't happen or remembers it differently from the way it actually occurred. This can happen for a variety of reasons, and it's a common occurrence that we all experience at some point in our lives. Now, let's talk about the malleability of memory. Our memories are not static, but rather they can be influenced by a range of factors such as our emotions, our biases, and even our imagination. This means that our memories can change over time, sometimes in ways that we might not even realize. So, the next time you find yourself in a conversation about memory, remember this: it's not always black and white. Our memories can be complex and they can change over time.
Let's imagine that we're living in a simulated reality. as proposed by philosophers like Nick Bostrom and popularized in movies like The Matrix. In this scenario, there are many hidden truths that humanity would be unaware of. These mysteries are so profound that they could completely change our understanding of the universe and our place in it. One of these mysteries is the nature of the simulation itself. Are we living in a virtual world created by advanced AI, or could there be a higher power behind it all? Another mystery is the purpose of the simulation. Why are we here? Are we part of a grand experiment, or are we living out someone else's pipe dream? These are just a few of the many questions that rise when we consider the simulation hypothesis. It's a fascinating topic that challenges our understanding of reality and our place in it.
The undiscovered truth. Now, this phrase can be interpreted in various ways, depending on the context, philosophical, scientific, or historical. So, let's explore this idea through these lenses. First, let's consider the philosophical context. In this realm, the idea of the undiscovered truth revolves around existential questions and the limits of human knowledge. Great thinkers like Socrates, Descartes, and Nietzsche often pondered on truths that lie beyond current understanding. For instance, they questioned the nature of reality, the existence of free will, and the limits of human knowledge. Moving on to the scientific context, the undiscovered truth can refer to the vast expanse of knowledge that remains unexplored. Scientists are constantly discovering new phenomena and uncovering the mysteries of the universe. From the tiniest subatomic particles to the vast expanse of the cosmos, there's still so much to learn. Lastly, let's think about the historical context. The undiscovered truth can refer to historical events or artifacts that have yet to be uncovered. Archaeologists and historians are constantly unearthing new discoveries, shedding light on the past and shaping our understanding of the world. So, there you have it, folks. The undiscovered truth is a fascinating concept that can be explored from various perspectives. Thanks for joining us today, and don't forget to follow and subscribe for more intriguing discussions. Until next time, keep exploring.